Come on in now. Welcome to the Wicker Bar. You know me. I'm the host of this video, Lords of Me, playing the Duke of the goddamn motherfucking Del Ridge. I'm broadcasting live. You know that, on the shores of the Longfellow Creek, over here in beautiful West Seattle. Today, it's probably kind of late in the day for some of you. A little late in the day for me. Today is Fat Tuesday and or Mardi Gras, and tomorrow's Ash Wednesday. And I was going to do a little smudge. The little smudge, and I only really found out about what that was just a few years ago. I had no idea my whole life until I saw a group of young virile high school boys jogging through the neighborhood, and they all had the that smudge on their forehead. It's like, oh, Ash Wednesday, but I didn't want to offend anyone by having a fake smudge on my forehead. But anyway, before we start, I this evening, being it's Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, or larger Tuesday, the larger of the Tuesdays. I don't know if we can still say fat anymore. We used to actually celebrate Fat Tuesday here in Seattle, down in the Pioneer Square neighborhood, and that was a very rambunctious celebration. And I think they stopped doing it when some young fellows beat up and beat to death another young fellow, perhaps even using a skateboard. I think that's a fairly terrible thing to do to another human being. But anyway, so while I was looking through the Sazerac's a really old cocktail. You know, take any of your research with a grain of salt. It's one of the cocktails where supposedly it's the first kind of like branded one, the first one that like originally was made with a Sazerac, a cognac, and then of course these Pichard's bitters there. I don't know, huge story. I tried to do some research in it. Too many French names, too many hard words for me to remember to say. But anyway, as I was looking through some of the older books to see if there's any variations in the Sazerac, and variations there are tons of them. I'm going to do I'll get to that later. But anyway, I was looking in the American Bartenders School Guide to Drinks. I thought they're going to have a recipe for the Sazerac in here, but you know what? No, they didn't. But let me tell you what they do have the recipes for. You're gonna like this one. Okay, so let's just go down for this one first. The first one is a slow screw. Okay, you know what I mean? Slow and deliberate. You know what I mean, Rael? Can you hear me? Okay, the next one is a slow, comfortable screw up against the wall, Mexican style. Whatever that means, I have no idea. And then there's just the slow, comfortable screw up against the wall. Just a regular, if you ever watch any of these romantic movies, it's like next thing you know, they're involved in coitus and somebody's pushed up against the wall. You have to be prepared for that. And then there's just the slow, comfortable screw. I mean, what is up with that? Back in the 1970s, they're crazy. So the Sazerac. So if you're doing this I'm going to do this to Simon different style, because he says that the traditional way, where it's kind of a stirred deal, he says that's okay, but he says that when it's shaken, it's best. And he, way back when, before they used rye or bourbon in it, it was a cognac. So I'm going to use his recipe where he's doing a little bit of he actually suggested bullet bourbon. I'm going to go ahead and do the Sazerac rye and a little bit of cognac as well. So if you were doing this the traditional way, you're going to take one of these. You're going to have two of these, and you're also supposed to use a sugar cube. I look for sugar cubes today. I don't even know if that's even a thing anymore. Sugar cubes? I don't know. I looked for them today. I couldn't find any. So what you would do is you take this glass, you'd fill it up with ice, then you'd take a quarter ounce of your absinthe. And that's going to you're going to let that sit over there. It's going to kind of chill your glass. And then in this glass, you're going to throw your sugar cube in there, and then your 3 dashes of your Pichard's bitters, and it's going to kind of melt the sugar cube. And then you're going to throw your rye whiskey in there. Then you're going to kind of stir that up. Then you're going to swish that up. You're going to throw all that away. This glass is going to be chilled. You're going to pour your cocktail into that. Then you're going to put your lemon twist in there. And your lemon twist, you're only supposed to twist it in there just to get the essence, the oil of the lemon. You're not technically supposed to put the lemon peel in the cocktail. Okay, Rail's telling me that I need to hurry up, so I just had to, I just had to, I just had to let you know, because sometimes there's a lot of purists out there, and I don't want to get called out for appropriating. I know it, anything. I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep things on the for real. But besides, how I like to keep some glasses here chilled in the freezer. So I do have one of those delicious glasses chilled in the freezer. So here we go. So I'm going to do the Simon Difford style, where I'm going to shake it, and how can I question a man who's published? I've only published one cocktail book. He's done dozens of cocktail books. So it's not for me to question a master, or I guess a professor. Is that more appropriate? So here we go. And like I said, I'm going to do the Simon Difford style, and this is going to be a stiff one. So we are going to go 1.5 ounces of cognac. I can already tell it's going to be stiff. One and a half ounces of our cognac there, and I didn't, whatever. And 1 ounce of our Sazerac rye. I did have a couple other rye whiskeys kicking around. I had the Rittenhouse. That was a bottled and bond, but that was a little that was 100 proof. I didn't want to go too strong, so I do want to be able to somewhat enjoy this cocktail. We're going to do 1 ounce of our rye whiskey, Sazerac rye whiskey. And Rael and I, we were down in New Orleans a few summers back, though we did not. Pandemic was still on. We did not stop by the place that does. There's some Sazerac bar. They've trademarked the name. I'm probably going to get in trouble for even making this cocktail here on air. So without the use of a sugar cube, Simon Difford is suggesting a 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, and he does do his simple syrup a little bit sweeter than mine. I just do 1-to-1, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar. He does 2 cups of sugar to 1 cup of water. I don't make him quite that sweet. Then I've got my 3 dashes of my Pashad's bitters. 1, 2, 3. And then I don't have any Angostura, because when I went to the store to get them, whenever I got them a month or so back, they were too expensive, so I just got the Fee Brothers, their version of the just traditional bitters. There we go. And then I'm utilizing a technique that was taught to me by Steve Holitz over at the Dagon's Deep Den. So it's the spritz, and I've done this with some other cocktails. So in here I have some absinthe in my little spritzer there. And that is what I'm going to use. Let's get this shaken up here. Oh, there we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a little absinthe here. There we go. Look at that. That's nice. I find that to be a definitely superior technique. And I do know that Steve Holitz has made, I think that's what he made his first $6 million off of, was, he patented that idea of using the spritzer in cocktail making. Usually you'd use that if you had like some ferns or some house plants. You kind of give them a little spritz and you sing to them in the morning. And notice how I didn't put that scoop back in there. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Oh, what do you think about that? Then get a little twist of this in there. Just get a little of those oils in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, love a lemon. Let's see how this is. So when the saints go marching in. Oh, how Oh yeah, that's actually delicious. Much smoother than I thought. Very, very good. Really, this technique is superior. We've done another one, I think the jackalack or something, where you spritz a little scotch on the top of it. I got a couple of these scotch. I can't remember what's in that one, but anyway, I want to thank you. I am making a cocktail for Rael, but I can't show you because it's a secret. It's a surprise. And Rael did want to. She's got a bunch of Mardi Gras beads up there, and she did want to see how many strings of Mardi Gras beads that she had to throw to me. She was going to stand on a chair like she's up on a balcony on Bourbon Street. Yeah. She was wondering how many strings of beads she was going to have to throw down to me before she got me to show her my succulent breasts. They're so delicious. If you could just like you just wiggle your tongue all over it, put a little bit of whipped cream or some peanut butter on there. Okay, you know what, Rael? This is my time. You know, we've had enough censorship over the past few years, and now you're over there. Then she does this thing where she's pretending that she's scratching her eye. It always seems to be that middle finger there. That's how I always pick my nose. All right. Thank you very much for joining me, Lords of You Blame, the Duke of the goddamn motherfucking Delridge. I made the Sazerac. It's Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras. There's a gal that used to be here in Seattle. Her name is Sabrina. She got her shit together, and every year she goes down to Carnival, I believe in Brazil, and she sends up these pictures. Looks like she's having a fabulous time. If I had the opportunity to do that, I would love to. I think I would need to learn how to dance and to romance and all the things you do down in Brazil. Okay, I'm out of here. We couldn't get the music to go. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm doing, I was going to film dinner tonight, so I bought extra chicken, and now I don't even know why I did, because I've just wasted all my time down here in the basement. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Lords of You Blame, the Duke of the goddamn motherfucking Delridge. Happy Hour at the Wicker Bar, making the Sazerac. It's very, very delicious. Very delicious cocktail. And okay, we're out of here.